Hey friends, welcome back to the channel with more My Hero Academia. This is season 3, episode 15. Last time we got to see our kids start to figure out some ultimate moves. Deku started using his legs to kick, which I've been saying from basically the very beginning that he should be doing that. But yeah, we're gonna have this licensing exam coming up soon. Hopefully we get to see a few more ultimate moves that they left out last time, but maybe we'll see it going forward. But I'm looking forward to this exam and whatever else is preceding it. If you guys want to watch the full reaction, check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Otherwise, take a quick moment to leave a like and let's get started. So YouTube has been blocking my reactions to My Hero Academia, so the rest of this video is just going to be the commentary, but you can still see the reaction in the link in the description below. We're going to do this for the rest of Season 3. I'll tinker around with Season 4 when I get to it to see if I can get around the copyright issue, but not too optimistic about that. But again, you can check it out still, and let's get on to the commentary. Really enjoying the pace of this arc at the moment. We just started developing ultimate moves last episode, and by the end of this one, we are in the midst of this first test. Some of our characters got some upgrades with their hero suits. Kaminari has something on his arm that, dear God, I hope is something he can finally aim with. Not sure exactly what the changes were on everybody else, but Koda looked the most difference. He had this mask on him. I don't know what it is, but meanwhile, beforehand, we had Uraraka's heart all stirred up. That was such a cute conversation the girls had in the common area. That's honestly the kind of thing that I love to see in works of fiction. Because when you fall in love with the characters of a series, seeing them do like everyday things is actually really fulfilling. Mina just wanted Uraraka to dish, and Hagakure and Jiro were just pretty interested too. Froppy and Yaoyorozu wanted to drop it though. Very considerate of Uraraka, but I think we miss out on the rest of their conversation, because we just focus on Uraraka catching sight of Deku outside and just losing herself watching him. She's so in denial about her feelings, and uh, I think it feels like it's bubbling over to a point where she can't ignore them much longer, her feelings much longer. Meanwhile, Deku isn't all that focused on her. He actually has some lines about Ida this episode. Ida's been showing me how to use my body better, and he's so flexible I can see his shape in my head. Wow. Just my god. Like, is there this much innuendo in the original Japanese, or are the translators trying to make it happen as much as possible? I mean, I can't help it either. I don't know how many times I've talked about how hard Kirishima is, and when the first test started this episode, I said something along the lines of, like, feels like Mineta is at an advantage because he's had plenty of practice handling balls. Oh, like, what is it with the show? And what does it force out of the writers and me? Oh, but yeah, we're introduced to two different schools this time: Shiketsu High and Ketubutsu Academy. We saw Inasa. Love Kaminari's line about not trusting his enthusiasm. That was super funny. Inasa is definitely someone who has a lot of energy. He said sorry so hard that he crashed his head into the pavement and was bleeding. And very curious why he didn't go to UA if he loved it so much. Yeah, and we find out that there are other, there are actually tests involved in the recommendation process. Previously, I didn't know that. I thought it was just like some people people who really mattered, who were really important in the world of heroes, recommended Yaoyorozu and Todoroki, and that was that. So I'm guessing there were others in those recommendation tests that didn't get in on recommendation and had to go through the normal entrance exam instead. So much for my argument that you should just recommend someone who wouldn't be able to get in normally through the entrance exam, like Shinso. We met Joke this episode, Miss Joke. She's actually so charming. I really, really like her. Making people laugh with her quirk, but she can't make the one man she loves laugh. How heartbreaking. I'm just joking because I can't tell how she feels about Aizawa. Like, she says she loves teasing him, but I can't tell if she's actually into him or if it's all teasing. But I also feel like we've seen her before, like even before the new arc's intro, like the intro song. But that could just be because some of her outfit reminds me of Winry in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But I don't know. Maybe she was in the background of another scene on this show, because the orange and green stood out to me a bit as something I had seen before. Not entirely sure though. We see some of her students too. The pretty boy from Ketsubutsu, like Anasa, had an enthusiasm you don't trust. Did he try to get in good with them so he could surprise them, surprise attack them at the start of the first round? Bakugo called him out for sure though. It was like, don't you like your words and your face, your eyes don't match up. Um, Bakugo is good at reading people apparently. But we get this twist that actually only around 6 to 7% of the students will pass the licensing. Actually, they only pass the first round of the licensing exam instead of the usual 50%. And with odds stacked against 1A like that, and with the annual crushing of UA, this could be bad for them. I was kind of like, yeah, like everybody knows their quirks, so they're at a disadvantage, but it's actually so much worse than that. Everybody's actually out to take them out. So yeah, I'm a little worried about them. On the other hand, 1A has seen much more battle experience than most people. Even if these guys are in their second years, I feel like 1A will be fine. I'm curious if the other people's plans to take down 1A will backfire and get them taken out instead. Because I really want to see our students excel, but yeah, take two people out with balls could be very strategic where you place your own targets, though they have to be exposed. Is there any particular person who would be particularly good at this round, or any particular quirk that would be helpful? Um, Hagakure, I feel like she should just put 3 targets on her gloves and not wear anything else. Try to hide and take people out, and like stealthily. I think if anybody should go off on their own, it might be her. But it might also be a good idea to stick. I don't know. We'll see. Todoroki does go off on his own, though. He has a point that he can't use his quirk well in a group, and I think he trusts that everybody else will be fine. I think Tiger would be good at this, right? With the playa body, he'd be able to stretch and dodge, kind of like Miss Marvel and Mr. Fantastic. Is that what his quirk is based on? I think maybe, right? But yeah, I'm curious if you have to use your own balls to take other people out. Like if you miss all 6 throws, do you have to retrieve your own balls, or can you steal other people's balls and use them yourself? Because that's another possible strategy, like taking away people's balls. If you have a quirk that is suited for something like that, then you're at a distinct advantage. Because in that case, the best defense really would be a strong offense. I'm really hyped for this though. I'm gonna give this a 9. We got some friendly competition and get to see a whole bunch of new quirks. It's definitely not as high stakes as the last arc, but it'll be enjoyable all the same. Pretty sure all of 1A will make it through this round at the very least. But yeah, again, this is only the first test, which means actually even less than 6 to 7% will get in. Wonder why that is the sudden drop. Maybe they want to be more strict with who they allow to be heroes. They only want top-notch heroes. I don't know why they would want to do that when All Might just is out of the running now. But I forgot to mention the guy announcing everything and how tired he is. It's actually super, super funny. But I also really feel bad for him. I hope he can get some rest. I'm about as tired as he is in this episode. So I'm going to finish it here. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. Really helps the channel. Full reaction and early reactions on Patreon in the link in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Oh, so tired.